What up? Jeff here with all my ICP and Bitcoin Renegades. So we're just going to be waiting for Egido to come back in. He is getting his mic set up and he's restarting. So I just want to give everybody a little preview of what we're going to be talking about. Basically, we're just going to be talking about Wagmi, not only his collection, the meaning behind Wagmi, right? We're all going to make it. This is something that we are doing to help everybody understand that this bear market will not last forever. And these NFTs, they mean business, right? They talk about things that people are afraid to talk about, or they think conspiracy theories or whatever. But my favorite part about it is it's set in like tents, right? But these people are woke, okay, and not in the way that you think, right? They're woke to what is going on in the world, to what is happening around us, and all of those kind of things. So we are all going to make it, but we just have to understand that these NFTs, they mean something, right? Egido is an artist, okay? He doesn't just create NFTs to make a quick buck. He is in this to actually create value and bring community together and let us understand that if we know the cycles of crypto and we know NFTs, then we can succeed in this place. Because as you saw with Bitcoin Flower, even Wagmi and Icbucks, right? They all went way up. Sorry, guys, just give me a minute. They went way up in the bull market, right? And so the reason that all NFTs are down right now, which is a good time to buy in the bear market, is because we're in the bear market. And the SEC news didn't even phase ICP. It dropped us down for like, what, a week? And we went back up the 2 weeks later. So everything's looking good. I'm just waiting for Egido to get here and we will get started. Thank you guys for joining us. Please smash that like button, subscribe, set notifications because we are going to be doing giveaways here pretty soon. We're going to start an NFT collection that is going to be called ICP Renegades. We've said that before. I think we're going to also airdrop a non-3D NFT. I have to talk with my partner in this business venture, and we'll decide if we're going to do that, and we'll airdrop it on Discover before we have the 3D NFT come out. That way, we can get you guys interested. We can give you free NFTs. You can make some money, and then you can support us with the 3D NFT. I've already talked with Doug from Discover. He is willing to airdrop it to Discover's most active for the last 6 months. So that's going to be pretty awesome. We definitely need to have your guys' support. So if you want to make some free money, you want to get some NFTs, we're not just going to be a pump and dump. We're going to give airdrops. We're going to give tokens. We're going to do all sorts of stuff. We've already partnered, with a few people. We're trying to get up to 20 people, 20 different projects to partner with us. We already have close to about a fourth of that. And we are going to launch in maybe a month, maybe a little longer if we decide to do the airdrop on Discover first, because I think that would get people excited. They're making money, and then we bring in the collection, and then we might make a utility token because I don't like meme coins, right? They don't provide value outside of community, and so it could just dump to the ground. Even if we did bring value in the meme coin, and somebody takes liquidity out and dumps it to the ground on you guys, we don't want that to happen. So we're going to figure that out. My business partner is out of town for about a week, so I'm just going to be marketing, letting them know, and stuff like that. But I am excited still about Wagmi. I love what it stands for. Icbucks is awesome. And that's why we're all going to make it, guys, is because if you understand community and like not a pretend community like some meme coins are, they pretend. They build like a bunch of fake bots or whatever to raise the community and then dump it on you guys and leave you holding the bag like Cook Token. So this is what I want to say right here. Cook Token was an absolute scam, and I apologize. I thought he was legit. It looked cool. I thought it was cool. Tendy, even Tendy locked up some Cook Token in Tendy, right? So this guy, he said he was gonna put more value in, and he did. So anyway, let's get to Egido. Hopefully his mic is working and we can start talking about some hopium. We're all going to make it, guys. Welcome,
Hello?
Egido.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, brother.
Okay, I think I'm talking through my webcam because the headset isn't working. So, but
Okay.
no problem. It's cool.
Okay.
Nice to
Well,
see
I'm
you.
really glad to have you, man. Can you just tell our viewers, if they didn't see our previous videos, kind of what the inspiration behind Wagmi was? How you came up with Wagmi? We're all going to make it. Like, was that something that you made, or was that something that was kind of in the world before? And just let them know what that means to you. Because before you get to that, I want to say what it means to me. It means uh, even in the worst part of your life, right? If you're in a tent, living in a tent outside, there's still options and hope for you, right? It's not over just because you're at the lowest point in your life. And a lot of people right now, after the big event that happened in 2019, right? A lot of people are suffering and a lot of people are broke and a lot of people don't have jobs. And so, what Wagme does, it inspires hope, it inspires togetherness, community, and that, there is a step up from the bottom. So, go ahead again.
Yeah, sure. So the I couldn't have explained better the idea behind the collection. Basically, I've been always a fan of this idea of coming up again after something bad happens to you, like the power of coming back. The idea that no matter how bad things could look from the outside, you can always came up again. So this Wagmi idea is a mix between many ideas with all this crypto world, because I've been a victim myself of the very same stories I wanted to tell with the collection. So the idea came to me even before Icbucks, I had the idea of Wagmi, but after making bags, it all clicked together. It was like I need to make the whole collection, because there are so many things in the collection that it really took a long time to do. It isn't like many people think that it's not pushing a button. The people need to realize that behind a collection like that, there is a lot of work and a lot of reasoning behind. Even when you see something, it maybe it doesn't make sense to you, but all the elements in the collection are put because they matter to me. And the idea was to make something very, also very with a sense of humor, because I like to keep it fun always, even when people think I'm sad or whatever. I like to make laugh about myself. So this idea of being able to laugh at yourself, at all the stories you've been through, so you can come up on top later. So the idea is, yeah, there are so many things. Is crypto, is life, is technology, and how all come together. The idea of nature, of environment, everything, even art, because I wanted to also to portray many things about art that were my influence, like painting, like graffiti, street art, and all that. So Wagmi is a mix. It's a collection that really requires a deep dive into it. I wanted to make something that the more you spend looking at it, the more you realize all these little things.
Yeah, man. It inspires me how much of an artist you are, like, and that you can laugh at yourself, right? I know there
Yeah.
was a lot of backlash in the community with the BitBoy crypto thing and everything. And I'm not the kind of person who takes sides on stuff like that. And, things happen sometimes that are out of our control, right? And so it's good that we can like look at those things, and like me, I've made some horrible videos before, right? And so we can look back at those mistakes that we made and laugh at them, a little bit, and even like, you know, make inspire other people to laugh at themselves. And that's why I have you on the channel right now.
Yeah.
You take like all the negatives and you can turn it into a positive. Even when people, do whatever, try to steal your money, try to steal your art. But what I want to say is, yesterday, I was in Seattle, right? And
Yeah.
there's this guy, he was selling street art right on the street corner. I'm like,
Mhm.
man, these would be cool NFTs if he knew how to do that. But he's like, no, I'm just a street artist right now. And
Yeah.
so maybe one day I would like to um, lift these artists up and like create like a platform where an artist can transition from being a street artist to having a community online. And there isn't really a platform for that right now. If somebody doesn't know how to create an NFT, because like you said, that's very challenging. So moving somebody from street art into NFTs, into crypto and stuff like that is the future of artists, because you're going to end up making a lot more money. Yes, you can still go out on the street and sell your art and make a little bit of money that way, but you would also make passive income. And I think Wagmi is a perfect example of that. It kind of goes from street level art into the next generation, right? And then also it goes into really detailed art. And I consider you one of the world's renowned artists, like for real. And
Thank you.
so people don't understand that when they see the Wagmi collection, that Egido Val is like a legit artist and not just
Oh, of
somebody
course.
creating.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, uh, even when people tell me that like I have a big ego and all that, I don't take it in a bad way. It's like if you are really an artist, you must have some kind of ego because you are creating something and you have to take care about what you are doing. So it's not. I mean, it's nothing bad to have a kind of a normal ego. If you are an artist, you have to take pride in what you do. And one of the things I'm very interested is in this transition between the more traditional art into this crypto thing, because the more I spend into crypto, the more I realize that the future is not one side or the other. It lays something in between, because people think that we are going to live in the metaverse and all that. I even make jokes about that all the time. But the people will always want a real connection. And I think one of the reasons why I was able to make NFTs that reason with people is because I've spent lot of time creating art that is being hanging in real galleries. And it's not the same style, because you also need to understand that it's not the same thing when you are creating 8,000 pieces. It's not like you are doing one piece. So
Right.
the whole approach is totally different. And I really like having these conversations because people really think that NFTs are easy, but they are not easy at all. I mean, it's very difficult to find the balance between variety, rarity, and I like to push things a little bit in the sense that I like to create different aesthetics within every collection I made. If you watch them, you can tell I've done them, but at the same time, those are different. Icbucks is more
Yeah, and
serious
you
approach.
have the a little bit of the Wagmi in the Icbucks, and you have a
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
yeah.
the Icbucks are in Wagmi or not, but
Yeah, no,
I think
no,
it is.
they are future. If you check the Wagmi collection, there are many elements from Icbucks, and I think it was really one of the first collection that really feature in a way that makes sense, because there are traits from Icbucks, and the very same NFTs you can find, they are present in Wagmi as traits. So the people who spend their time really collecting the NFTs were able to cop those pieces. And I really like this concept of owning an NFT that is living in another collection too. Is a concept that I didn't saw before in that way. I've seen cross collections, but in this was done in a way that really was more for the collectors. Wagmi wasn't an airdrop per se. It was an airdrop because I didn't charge for it, so people who had Icbucks they could get as an airdrop, but this a full on collection. And the more you'll see all these cross trades among those collections, and I really like the idea of reusing things in a way that taking out of context or making people think. And I think in the future we are going to look back at all these years in NFTs, and many people will understand that it isn't about money in the sense that, yeah, I get that people want to buy and they want to make their profit and all that. I can totally understand that, but at the same time, we can see what's happening with this Bored Ape Yachts Club, that now that they are dropping very hard in price, people don't see them the same way. And it's very funny because you can tell that there's a psychology behind pricing and all that. It's like there are many people who didn't like those NFTs. They only bought them because of the price and the meaning of that price. And now that they are dropping, they are like, oh no, they aren't nice anymore. And
That's
it's
what I
like,
wanted to talk about next.
yeah,
Is so if somebody does want to get that now, because like I was saying, we're in a pretty deep part of the bear market right now, and they're super
yeah,
cheap.
yeah.
What's the floor price over there? What can people do to get them right now? Are there good listings for sale right now? Just tell people what they can do to get involved in this.
Well, I will say people that first off they should collect whatever they like. They shouldn't be collecting. I mean, flipping is cool. Everyone has done it. I've done it before, but it's not the true the real real art isn't about flipping in 2 days. You know, even the biggest collectors, it takes time. When you buy an NFT, you are betting on the person behind. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to be upfront with everyone, and that's because whenever people support me, I want they to know that they are supporting my vision. That's what they are supporting.
So how
And
can they do that right now? Where can they get your collection? How much is the floor price?
it keeps changing. I mean, the last time I saw Icbucks was like one ICP, and
That's
Wagmi.
that's a steal, man. That
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, people can check my wallet. I've been collecting since I launched it, and I never sold any because it, it doesn't make sense. But I guess people can do whatever, and it doesn't concern me in the sense that when you are not trying to scam people or doing pump and dumps, it doesn't affect me. I can sleep well because I know what all that I've done and what I want to do. For example, one thing that people don't know is that I'm working right now in an exhibition that I'm going to have this very next month, and I'm going to feature bags in there, and I'm going to show them in real life because I wanted to show people that aren't familiar with NFTs, the
okay. That's a
NFTs,
good idea, man.
yeah, yeah, and it's something I've been thinking about. How can I bring my NFTs to a broader audience? Because, uh, of course, I like when people collect my NFTs and they are more crypto friendly. But at the same time, whenever I've shown my NFTs to people that aren't into NFTs, they are like, I want one of these, but that's why I told people the other day that I had an aha moment because it's very difficult to onboard people. We are not there yet, you know,
Right.
and I want to make all that is in my hand to for people to enjoy the NFTs because I think when I'm able to explain them the NFTs, they are like, I want them. How can I buy? And then
Right.
there comes the problem because we are into crypto and we know exactly how to buy.
Yeah,
But
but most people don't. And so
yeah,
I want
yeah,
to touch on that, what you were saying, because I run into that in my daily life. You don't understand how many people, when I'm talking about crypto, because I love it, they just look at me like, yeah, dude, shut your mouth. I don't care. Because they
yeah,
don't understand. It's just like when old people first got on the internet, right? They didn't know how to
Exactly.
use it. They didn't use it. And now people in their 80s, 90s use it. So
Exactly.
that's the future of crypto. People have to understand, and NFTs too. So first you got to get people either into crypto so they can buy NFTs, right?
Exactly.
Or you have to
Yeah.
get them into art and then they get into NFTs and then they get the crypto to buy the NFT, right? So
Yeah.
that is a very good point that you're trying to reach a broader audience and get these kind of things out there to people that might not understand what it is until they see it and see other people do it. That's why I make these videos,
Yeah,
because
of
one
course.
day we're going to have a mass adoption of crypto and NFTs and
Of course.
blockchain technology. They're going to sell houses with NFTs. They're going to,
Yeah,
trade
everything.
business transactions with NFTs. They can lock up jewelry, gold. I mean,
Everything.
this is the future of our monetary system, and we
Yeah.
need to understand that. And so, you and I, you're the artist, I'm the creator, and artist as well.
Uh,
And so, when
yeah.
we come together like that, both of our communities can really benefit from that and become this, kind of inspiration for other people that are in this kind of, area that we thrive in. And then it kind of leads the way for our next generation. Like my daughter, the artist, like we talked about last time on this
Yeah.
channel. Like that's why I really like you, bro, because my daughter has been creating art since she was, like young. She loves drawing and she's really good at it. She's won several awards, and so that kind of thing is the future of artists, right? Yeah, you're gonna still list in galleries. That's not gonna change. Like, but
Yeah.
you're gonna have the metaverse. You're gonna have NFT collections, 3D NFT collections. You're gonna have,
Yeah.
physical NFTs that you can tie to a real NFT, and so you
Yeah.
can own a physical copy of it and a digital copy of it at the same time.
Yeah, that's something I've been thinking a lot about all these different relations between the physical aspects and all this metaverse thing and crypto, because I think the problem with crypto is that if you keep everything like in this crypto space, is like there's so much noise that I miss like making real connections. And I think that in the future, like I said, I'm willing to bet whatever that in the future there will be the in between. There will be no everything physical or everything digital. We are going to be in this mix between two worlds. We will arrive to a gallery and we'll see a painting and we will like that. And whenever we buy this painting, we will buy an NFT, and we will have all the details about this painting, and we will have the ability to transfer the ownership in a way that makes sense for the artist and the collector. Because one of the things that got me into NFTs was the ability to connect with people, but at the same time this is a journey. It's not you make an NFT and that's it. I've been able to discover all the and even now I'm learning all the time, and I'm receiving feedback because uh, you get into this position where you launch an NFT and it's very successful, and then you have to keep up with everything, and then you realize that you can't be good at everything because you can't be an artist full time and a full time owner and a full time promoter. It's like it's very hard, So I've been finding about all these things, and it's very interesting because no one teaches you that, because the there's no plan, every time I hear about people making their plans and their roadmap, I get very suspect about that, because it never happens. It's like the more things people promise, the less thing they achieve later. So I'm in favor of being able to discover, allowing myself even to make some mistakes, because it's normal. But like I said, is the what I think is most important is what's behind that. If you are a good person, you are a caring person, you are a good artist, people will see in the end. It's not about 1 year or 1 month, or people are very confused about that, because I think the fact that people can see the price all the time it really changed the whole idea about collecting. Because let me give you an example. You buy a painting at a gallery, okay, because you love that painting. Then let's say you paid 1,000 and you like it, and you put into your home and you love it, okay, and
Right?
you don't care about the price, about the price, because you love it, and you are not checking the price, you love it. And imagine you one day you look at that painting and you see it costs $100. You know
Yeah,
what
but
happens, right?
you wouldn't care though because you still love that painting, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, but that's you. But
that
you know what happens? People will see 100 and they will be like, maybe it's not good enough. Maybe it wasn't, and
See
they forget.
that's the wrong way to look at it, and that's a good point. How you brought up the price,
Yeah,
always being in our face, right? With a painting, there isn't a chart that just keeps pushing like, "Hey, oh, it's going down right now. It's only worth
exactly.
$100. You
You
should
you,
sell it."
you
You know,
yeah
so
you
that's where we need to figure out like how to find a balance between owning, art and actually making money. And we
yeah
need to find a way to separate that together.
exactly.
And, because if somebody wants to buy something as a collector, so there's
Yeah.
two different kind of collectors, right? There's somebody who buys something that they like and they want to put it in their house, like you were saying, and brighten up the place because it brings life to them, right? And then you have the collectors, and you can't forget about those guys because they're a big part of the space, right?
Yeah.
And so most of them are long term. If you know back in the day, my family used to collect Star Wars.
Ah,
We used to
nice.
buy boxes of them at a time, and my mom had the whole set of it. Her boyfriend did, and she'd give us all the doubles and everything, and we almost all had all the whole sets. And it
Okay.
was something my mom still holds today, and that was when I was like 10 years old. This is almost 30 years ago, and she
Yeah.
still holds them right now.
Yeah.
And it's
That's nice.
something like she could have sold them. She went through hard times, in her
Yeah.
a lot of them,
Yeah.
and so she didn't, and she kept them. And it's because it's something that she enjoyed, right? It's something that
Yeah.
brought life to her, and that's why I really connect with you, Egido, and why I got your back, dude.
I
So
really appreciate that. I hope that it's funny because the you are like the perfect collector in the sense that you know what you are getting, and your mindset is perfect in the sense that you collect what you like. Is you know what I mean? It's
I
like,
keep what I like. I might
yeah,
get a bunch of stuff and I'll give it
yeah,
away, but the things that I like, that's why I
yeah,
didn't. That's why I've
yeah,
held Wagmi and Icbucks since
yeah,
it was at like what 3 or 4 ICP. I think
yeah,
I don't even remember what it was at, but
yeah.
I held it all the way down. And I didn't even sell because I wanted to hold these pieces. They provide a sense of inspiration for me. I used to live in a tent, bro. Like I
Oh,
used to be
really?
homeless. I
Oh, shit.
so I went from a tent to
You
and
know,
drug addict to
yeah,
somebody who has moved up in his life a lot. So I've
that's
been to the
awesome.
very bottom, I've been to the top, and I'm starting back kind of at the low bottom right now. But that is where Wagme comes in. Okay, so for everybody, I'm the perfect example. I have lived out in homeless encampments. I've lived on the street. Most of the time, I had friends' houses I could stay at. But I've been to the lowest of the lows, and that's why Wagme. When I heard we're all going to make it, because that was my way of seeing ICP, and it's crazy that I never even knew Dominic Williams had that same vision for the internet computer. That it isn't an Ethereum killer. And this is why I was like, whoa, dude, that's my belief system in crypto too. Like, we don't need to tear each other down. Why would one
Exactly.
blockchain need to destroy another when they can all interconnect, each
Yeah.
provide value to their different communities, and be an Ethereum booster or
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
ICP booster or something like that? And then you can connect all of these NFTs. You could list your Wagme collection on OpenSea, and then they could pay fees with ICP because it's in a canister smart contract. And then you could go even to like Bitcoin ordinals and
Yeah.
stuff like that and really own those. And so things like that are the future that we're going together. And that's why I'm on the internet computer. The same vision that Dominic Williams has is the one that I had before I even heard about that guy, which he's probably one of the smartest people that I've ever listened to. And so these are the kind of things that we need people like you to pave the way as an artist to really show these people that these collections provide value, And you've been here for how long, Egido? I mean, you were on my channel at least a year ago.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's
So you're
crazy.
not going anywhere. And that's what people need to know is that
Yeah,
you're
no,
going to be,
it's
your
funny.
collection
Yeah,
is going to be around.
yeah, it's funny because people think that, I mean, hype is important in crypto in the sense that people have like fish, fish mentality in the sense that they forget like very fast, and things can change in very like in a short time. But at the same
That's
time,
life.
yeah, but at the same time, you have to think that we've done Icbucks 1 year ago, and we are still here, and I'm still going to show them in a real art gallery next. It's going to be 4th of July. I will. This is like. I haven't told people yet, but I wanted to share with you because I
Some
consider you a
alpha.
friend too.
Nice.
So I wanted to share the secret. It's going to be great because I showed them the idea, and they loved the concept, and they were like, let's do it. And I'm going to show them in a way that people that haven't seen any NFT before, they are going to be able to enjoy, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for being able to that people that already collect to appreciate them uh, even better than before, because when you see an IC box printed in a big size, people will see and they will say, oh, it's really good, and it's like, yeah, it's yours,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why many of the NFTs, step one, is from the collectors, and they don't even know, it's like I wanted to show NFTs that people have. Maybe they haven't realized how cool they are. They will realize when they see it portrayed that way. I think that's
Right.
pretty cool. It's like it isn't about money for me in that regard. It's more about you bet on me, then I support you. You got my back. I think that's very important in crypto. Even when people like they do all these kind of things, I think it's very important when you see the trajectory of someone, and you see them keep working. I've been working since I launched bags. I didn't leave. I kept working, but I wanted to talk with you about something that I've been thinking lately, and it's
Okay.
I don't know how to, maybe some words I'm not able, because as you know, I'm Spanish, and maybe I miss some words, but
That's okay.
and it is this concept of sustainability. Okay, let
Okay.
me give you an example, because it's very recent and very from now. This whole Yuga Labs thing. Okay, they launched a Bored Ape, and then they kept making more collections, and they kept airdropping collections. And airdropping is cool, but people need to realize that if you are looking only for airdrops, it's not sustainable, because the only reason why people will hold is because they are waiting for a new thing. And then what? It's good to expect some new stuff, but this mentality of making one collection and then other and then other and other airdrops, then you end up with 200,000 pieces, and
Yeah.
it's not
And then the
sustainable.
rarity is gone. The rarity leaves, and then the
Eh,
value of the collection is gone. And that's why I think it's really important. Okay, so how many people are, or how many NFTs are in each collection? And then, what was the actual question that you were going to ask me? Sorry.
no, no. What I wanted to tell you is about this thing. I've been thinking about the whole sustainability of the NFT market, in the sense that the airdrop thing, I think it's done. When
Okay,
when
so I agree, but I disagree a little bit.
Yeah.
If so, if you want to bring value to your community, right
Mm,
now you're an artist, right? You're a
yeah.
wonderful artist, and so a lot of people are going to go to your collection because of the art. But then there's the people that want to make money, bro, because let's just be honest, man. This is what most people are in the space for, is to earn money. Like, honestly, like you're a good artist and stuff, and that's why I think your plan and your trajectory for real life art and then connected with the NFT is the way to go. But I believe bringing value and giving back to your community is super important. And I do agree that like having a big, massive collection of like thousands and hundreds of thousands of NFTs is absolutely not the way to go. But if you make a collection, right, and then you have a collection that's for sale, and then you have another collection that you kind of give out to get people, you know, interested, let them make money on that, and then see that you're giving value, and then they hold that, and then they might get more airdrops of the next collection, right? So it kind of brings them in. So there's a barrier for entry, right, that we were talking about earlier. And so I think this helps overcome that barrier, because they're saying, okay, this project is bringing me value. They're giving me stuff back. So I agree with you, but I also don't
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
same time.
yeah, but let me explain. I totally get what you mean, but at the same time, there are many different ways to give back value, in the sense that, for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show real NFTs that people have in a real space that brings a lot of value for those NFTs, because imagine you get an NFT and then it's shown in a real place and people see that's what collectors really want. When they buy a painting and they saw at a museum, they love that other people are able to see how cool is their NFT. That's something that I think is very interesting, because it's not the same. Maybe I explained it myself wrong. What I meant is about the whole number things, not in the sense of money, but in the sense of let's airdrop like 8,000 and then another 8,000 and then another 8,000.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
that creates a supply and demand like
yeah,
shift
that
that it's bad.
it's very difficult, in the sense that, because if you don't reach like if you don't take that in a bull market and it reaches like a high floor price, you are shooting yourself in the foot, because people will see and they will think. I understand that as a collector, because I own many NFTs, but I also make NFTs. So in I see those in a maybe I have a different view, because I make them and I also collect them. I rather prefer an artist who is uh, trying to push the way in which he brings value back, rather than just a number thing. I would prefer someone trying to push his art and making uh, like I would prefer an artist that is focused on his career, rather than someone who is focused only on putting like 200,000 NFTs, because
Yeah.
if you are not focusing on the long term and in what you are creating, then whenever you launch that, is done, because people will ask the very same day they have received this airdrop. They will ask about the next one and the next one and the
Wow.
next one. It's like a drug. It's like it's something that it pushes you. It gives you a good feeling,
Yeah,
but at
because
the
it
same,
releases dopamine, right? You
yeah,
get something for free, and it gives your receptors in your brain something to celebrate.
exactly, but at the same time, what I'm trying to do is different ways of bringing this value back. It's like what would I like as a collector, and it's like I would like to see my pieces somewhere else. Maybe I don't have the time or the connection to make that happen, but if the artist does that, that's pretty cool. I will be very happy with that, and that's the reason why I didn't tell the collectors I'm going to show your piece. It's like because I wanted also to this sense of a surprise, of a nice surprise. It's like, oh well, that's something I didn't thought about. It's
Right.
like I like these different ideas about but I don't like what the market was doing before. I think with this Yuga Labs thing, when they, because I think they are going to keep falling, and when people will realize after that, is like we bought them just for the price. We didn't even like that. And I understand
Yeah.
that people want to make money, but when people buy a print, or even a screen print, you hold them, but not for 2 days. It's like you have to understand that collectors in real life, they take more time. They put their stuff. I make NFTs that people could have on their homes. I see my NFTs like that. It's like I make things that I will put in my house. I
Yeah,
have
so
some.
I agree with that. Like my daughter's art. We there needs to be like some kind of a boot camp for NFT create from like artists to NFT creators so that they can learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Because even I don't even know how to create NFTs, right? So I have somebody working with me, and so let's just wrap this up right now because we're getting a bit into it. We're at about 42 minutes now.
Cool.
But before we go, I've enjoyed this conversation, man. This has been
Yeah, of
great. Like,
course.
it's been a good back and forth, and you made a
Yeah.
lot of good points. I'm a good argument as well about the supply and all the different things. And I think you're pioneering the way for physical NFTs tied to regular NFTs, and that is absolutely groundbreaking when it comes to that kind of art. And so let's just tell everybody exactly how they can get these. We already told them what value it would hold, and tell them why they should hold it.
Of course. I mean, you are free to check my Instagram. All the work I've been doing is like the best way to tell people why they should hold my NFTs is check my history, check why I've achieved. All the people who have been echoed by my art, which is a lot of people, a lot of many important collectors. They have my pieces. So
Okay,
if
so where can they get that now? Where can they get them right now?
you mean the
The
info about.
marketplace.
Okay, okay. The marketplace, they can buy in the Gastonia or Entrepot. They can
Wait,
buy.
and it's Intrapot/Tonic.io now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it
Is
works.
it on any other marketplace?
No,
Like
no.
Gummy or okay.
I think Mint Cake, my collection are there too, but
Okay, cool.
if they buy in the Gastonia, they support Cartographer, who is doing a great job too. So
So
it's.
let's just talk about that for a second. So
Yeah.
guys, go over and if you want to not only get an NFT but to support Egido Val and D Gastonia, which is one of the biggest NFT listings out there that kind of tells you the rarity and all that kind of stuff. That's what I would recommend. If it's too complicated for you guys to do on D Gastonia, then go over to Intrapot or Tonic.io. So I
Yeah.
just want to thank you, Egido. This is awesome. I can't wait to have you on the channel again when your collection is worth 100 ICP each.
Okay.
You're a real artist. I believe your collection deserves to be up there with Ludo. I really want to keep in touch and see how this physical NFT to collection is tied to. You said this 4th of July or in 2024?
No, no. This
Okay,
4th of
cool.
July.
So you'll post that on Instagram then, right?
No, right now, no. It's I told you, but no one knows that yet. Yeah, they will be able
Well,
to.
after you do it. So
Yeah. So of course, yeah, I will post on my Instagram, Twitter, and all my socials. I wanna share
That's
with
what I wanted to
people.
hear. So,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
man. I want to thank you for coming here, and we're all gonna make it, guys. Like
yeah,
we have been through a tough season, but guess what?
yeah.
Crypto has provided a way for us to succeed and to bring value to the community. And my business partner did the same thing. I wanted it to be like a 2,000 NFT collection. He's like, no, 555, man. Just a small collection that brings value. So I think you are one of my mentors when it comes to NFTs and art and stuff like that. And I hope my daughter can meet you one day and like
Of
maybe
course,
you
yeah,
could teach her some art, tricks and just help her develop her already very, very talented skills. You know, she's really into art, and so I support her in that 100%. So I just want to thank you for that, for being like an inspiration, a role model, and just a solid dude, bro. So, all right, man. That being said, goodbye and good Wagmi. Bang!